Upshift, sweep to the left.
Ideally, the kind of weather that you need to enjoy an exotic sports car is dry air and sunshine 24/7. However, here in Michigan, that's nearly impossible to come by, so I decided to take a trip down to the middle of the desert so I could get the experience of a lifetime. You'd think that we would have decided to fly with such a long distance between Michigan and the middle of the desert. However, we ended up renting a 2018 Nissan Sentra and we drove. And I do not recommend sticking in a 2018 Nissan Sentra for more than a few hours at a time, because it was miserable. Despite the lackluster performance of the vehicle and the cramped interior, I do have to say, it was one of the most scenic drives of my life, and some of these twisty, windy roads in the perfect sports car or the perfect motorcycle would be a dream come true. We traversed canyon roads and woods so remote that you might come across a Sasquatch, all so that we could come to one of the naughtiest cities in the world, Las Vegas. While the majority of visitors to Las Vegas go to consume copious amounts of alcohol and party in the middle of big casinos, I was here for a certain racetrack and a specific set of keys. It's called Speed Vegas, and they allow you to choose from a magnificent selection of supercars that you can toss around on a racetrack to your heart's content. Upon arrival, I was taken to a classroom, given some instruction, and then I went out back and was paired with professional race car driver Ricky D. Lee Ree, and we began to pick a car. So, my vehicle of choice, the 503 horsepower Mercedes AMG GTS. So first, I'll show you the test lap, and then I'll get more into my thoughts on how I think the car actually performed.
Introduction.
Yep.
For everybody watching at home, we're gonna have the cameras watching us. Camera going out the windshield. Now those cameras also record onto a video that has your speed, lap time, GPS location on the track, G-forces. So a lot of telemetry. Well, what part of Michigan again?
I am from West Springfield, just a little bit outside of Detroit.
My father-in-law's from there.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Clear, go ahead and roll out.
Okay.
Hug that right side, looking for that single orange cone. There you go, roll into that throttle, and what I want you to do, there you go, now break that orange cone. Alright, stay wide right all the way out to the blue. Coast. Oh, going up shift to third. We don't want to go any lower than third gear. It's alright, turn it down and roll in that gas pedal. There you go. Then off the gas. Let it get real tight to the right. Beautiful. And then as you get to the left, start feeding that throttle. Looking for that blue cone on the left. There you go. And then off the gas, tight to the right. Now roll back into the gas, but keep it tight. There you go. Now brake to the blue. Stay in third gear.
Okay.
Coast to the green and roll in that throttle. Good job. And we're going straight from cone to cone, making it straight as possible.
Okay, so chicane.
Yep, chicaning it up. Looking for that blue cone up there. We're going to go straight for it. Once these guys pass to this next corner, we'll pass them.
Okay.
Alright, so stay to the left. Yep.
Okay.
And as they turn, we'll go to the left. Go ahead and pass them on the left-hand side. You're clear. There you go, my man. Hug that left side. Going for that blue cone, go right for it. Brake to the blue. Turn all the way down to the green. Stay in third gear, roll in that throttle. And let's go get that top speed. Woo! There you go. Upshift. Beautiful. Upshift. Sweep to the left. And brake hard. Start to release that brake. Downshift. Downshift. Coast. Yes, what'd you think? Like that left side, let's roll into the gas. And let's go all the way through that turn 3, and then we'll start our cool down. Keep digging. Brake to that orange cone, downshift to third. Coast out wide. That's right, turn all the way down to the green, roll into the gas. And that's one lap. What'd you think, man? Heck yeah, brother.
I'd like to start off first with the steering, because it's absolutely sublime. When I was moving through the corners, it was effortless and smooth. It felt as though there was just the right amount of weight without it being too ridiculous. I could feel a good deal about what was going on underneath the vehicle. The AMG GTS has hydraulic power steering, It has what is called a variable rate hydraulic rack, which means that the rate at which the car can turn is determined by the current speed of the vehicle, which is in part why this vehicle feels so precise. The other reason this car feels so agile and precise is because of the double wishbone suspension. The wishbones themselves are made of forged aluminum, as are the steering knuckles and even the wheel mounts. What this means is that not only are the parts light, making the whole car feel more responsive, but these parts are also stiff. That means that when the vehicle is transferring weight through the corners, it feels balanced and controllable. The AMG GTS is powered by a 4-liter twin-turbo V8. However, what makes this engine unique is the fact that the turbos are mounted internally, creating a much more compact package. It also means that the turbo can spool up much quicker than a traditional turbo setup due to the air having a shorter path to travel. This makes the turbo lag almost non-existent, meaning that the engine feels almost naturally aspirated in how it responds to throttle input and makes power through the rev range. With the twin-turbo setup, the engine makes 479 pound-feet of torque, all available at 1,750 RPMs, and it catapults you out of the corners while growling at you like an angry lion. The brakes were spot on as well. With the slightest inputs, the car is eager to slow down, and when the pedal is mashed down, the car begins to tear your face off and pull your eyeballs out of their sockets. However, with one lap and the lower speeds I was driving at, it was a bit difficult to test the true potential of the brakes. I'd be curious to see how they deal with the heat and wear that would come with dozens of laps. All in all, this is an impressive sports car. Given the chance, I'd like to go back and push the car to its limits to test the full potential, as well as see how the car behaves on public roads. I want to know what it's like to live with. What I can say is that this is a proper track car, and I'm glad that I had the chance to sit in it, let alone drive it around a track. You can expect me to be making more trips to Speed Vegas to get some more laps in and experience the other cars.